Hey guys, this is HcFornHub, and this is my beginner guide on how to kill necks. This guide is aimed towards beginning PVMers who are just getting into doing bosses. It uses very low tier gear, and I try to keep it as cheap as possible and as simple as possible. I hope you enjoy, and I hope this gets somebody their first kill on necks. This is the gear you'll need. You'll need full armadillo, any god book. I use Jazz because it's cheap. The Book of Wind and the Armadillo book are also good choices. Any cape that will help boost your range will work. An Amulet of Souls or a Blood Fury can work. You'll need a main hand Shadow Glaive, and then you'll need a tier 80 range defender. Tier 70 should work. You won't have a tier 80 if you haven't killed necks before. And then a ring of your choice. Pretty sure any ring should be fine. As far as your inventory goes, you'll need a Holy Overload or Overload with a Prayer Renewal. A Prayer Renewal is probably optional, I just like using them. A Vitality Pot, you'll need some Prayer Restores or Super Restores. You'll also need a melee helm and boots. I would go at least Bandos on this if you can. Go Masterwork. It's not too expensive. And then for food, you'll need sharks. You can go with better food if you want, but sharks should work. You could throw some brews in there to get a little extra healing so you can double eat. And then for your beast of burden, I just filled it with sharks. Okay, for the smoke phase, I like to keep my melee helm and boots equipped. You don't have to, but you have to make sure you have them on before you kill the minion going into the shadow phase. So I just like to keep them on, that way I don't have to worry about it. I like to stand here while she does the intro. Make sure you drink your overload and you turn Protect from Magic on. And then you attack her and just pull her up around the corner here. That way she can't pull you into the center. Then you just cycle between Snapshot and Rapid Fire. If she pulls you in like that, just Freedom and run away and turn your prayer back on as soon as you can. Another thing you can do, like I do right here, is you can use Anticipate while she's coming up, and that'll keep her from sucking you in like that. But other than that, you just pretty much just DPS her down. If you do have like a Darkbone and EOF, it helps a lot, obviously. You can use Death Swiftness and whatnot here as well. Just try and time it up to where she's not going to go into the center and do her whole animation and waste your whole Death Swiftness. But you just keep cycling through your abilities. It's nothing too crazy. Just put Devotion first on your bar too, so it's always going off. And then when she says let the virus, or when she does that thing, you just attack the minion. You won't be able to damage her, so you have to kill the minion. And then this will transition you into the shadow phase. So as soon as it is dead, alright, she'll come back up here. And then once you hit her, she'll go in. Alright, now she's in shadow. So you switch to range, and you don't want to stand on those little black circles she puts under you. You want to move off of those, or else they do a lot of damage. And just do the same thing as you did in the smoke phase. Just keep DPSing her, cycling rapid shot, or rapid fire and snapshot, and just try and pay attention. I know I get hit, yeah, right there. So 3,300 damage, you know, it does a good bit. That's why I'm zooming in the camera so I can see it a little bit better. And then try not to get discouraged. You know, if you do die, it happens. Trust me, I've been there. I think we all have at some point. Take some practice, but once you get better and you get your timing down and everything, you'll be able to do it with your eyes closed. It's easy. And it's fun. I like the longer kills. But just Just keep moving off the shadows and just keep hitting her. Alright, now we're going into the blood phase after we kill this minion. Now it's real important that when you kill this minion, you stand here. Because we're not super good at DPS. So as soon as she starts the blood phase, you're going to see me run around the corner. So you hit her once and then you run. And she goes into this little thing here, and she'll get stuck there on the corner. And then as long as you stay out of her line of sight, she won't attack you. So you can kill the blood reavers. And you can kind of move around and pull them down to you. Try not to pull her. This will help you from her healing a whole lot, which is nice. So you don't have to worry about doing crazy DPS here. Then just run back up and attack her. And then when she says a siphon will solve this, you just surge away towards the minion. You want to get as far away from her as you can. Right here, you'll turn red. You just siphon away. Or siphon, you just surge away and should go away. And then same thing, you just DPS her down. And then as soon as she says that, you run away. And you do the same thing. Now I screwed up right here and I accidentally pulled her, which is good, so you can see what happens if you make a mistake. So I just focused her and just kind of repeated the same thing, just didn't kill the reavers. It's not ideal, made it go a little longer. You should be able to do it in 2 phases, but it didn't quite go as planned here. But right here, I just ran away, killed these 2 reavers, and then went back on next. So mistakes happen, but I'm glad it happened in here, because it lets you see that, you know, what to do if it does happen to you. And I've had this blood phase go on for a long time before, because it takes some practice, and you'll get the timing down. But you just keep doing what you're doing and cycling through your abilities. Feel free to throw in any extra abilities that you want, wherever you want. Double Surge does help here, but I understand that not everybody has that. I don't think it's 100% necessary, but it does help. And so you just, every time she does that, you just run away and kill the reavers and go back on her. I'm honestly surprised that like this hasn't been patched, because it kind of just negates the whole mechanic. But it makes it really nice when you're learning next. You know, you can just kind of focus on the mechanics and not have to worry too much about everything. And then she'll be phasing here soon. There we go. Now you just kill the minion. And now when she goes into her ice phase, you want to use Anticipate right after she goes into her ice phase. That way when she puts you in the prison, you can res, or you can reflect or whatever. I would recommend probably at least resing and reflecting or whatever to help negate some damage. I just resed here, but it still does a lot of damage. Just try and eat to full if you can, and you should survive. It's just a little scary. You get used to it after a while, but it's definitely a little scary. And then you just keep attacking her, and she'll say contain this, and you just run away. You just don't want to be right next to her, or else you get hit by a lot. You want to try and stay at full health. I didn't do a good job. When she throws you in this prison, just drink your vitality pot. You don't have to freedom or anything. If you're at full health, it works a lot better. And then just make sure you turn your prayer back on. Just keep DPSing her. And I don't know if she puts me in a 3rd prison. If she does, you just res again. You know, and just keep cycling through there. Hopefully you don't get a 4th prison. If you get a 4th prison, good luck. Maybe reflect and debilitate might help. But she's about to phase. So yeah, here we're going into the Zeros phase. So you just kill this minion. and she'll go into her Zeros phase. She's pretty powerful in this. Just make sure you look out for the contain this so you don't stand right next to her. Alright, now we're going to the Zeros. So, she's pretty strong here. You can kite her around. I'm just not good because I don't manually use my abilities. I just let my Revo bar do most of it. The only ones I use are my thresholds and ultimates. But I'll cycle through protect for melee and magic here to help save on food. Just to try and take a little less damage because she does do a lot of damage in this phase. But I would recommend, I only brought 4 prayer restores for this kill. I would recommend bringing a few more, or a couple more, just in case it takes you a little longer. Because I believe I did run out of prayer restore at the end of this kill. I was almost completely out of prayer, honestly. And like I said, these kills aren't the fastest kills. They're not meant to be fast. They're meant to be doable and consistent, you know? And as you do it, you'll just get faster over time. There's no need to pressure yourself into trying to be this top tier PVMer when you're starting out, you know? Just take your time and try and just have some fun. And maybe bring a couple friends with you to make it go a little faster until you get better. And then obviously, you know, with this gear, it's going to be rough. But here comes the kill. As soon as she dies, just surge or run away. If you stand there, you'll take a lot of damage. And I got a Virtus Mask, which is awesome. That was like 28 mil or so. So, you know, 10-minute kill, 28 mil. I'll take it. Thanks for watching, and I hope this guide helps somebody out there get their first next kill. If it does, feel free to leave a comment and let me know. If you'd like to, leave a like and subscribe. I also stream on Twitch, so you can come check me out whenever I'm live. It's HcFornHub. I usually play on my hardcore, but occasionally we'll hop on this account, my main, and practice some bosses or whatever. But hope to see you over there, and I hope everybody has an awesome day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.